But the other move they made, which is one that I said I'm starting to really like, and that's signing Cam Talbot, the goaltender, who's got a real nice track record as being as a veteran goaltender in the league. The one thing that's a knock is he's older. He'll be 37 when the season starts, but he's a .913 save percentage throughout his career. That's good.
I think you're like 10 minutes away from saying you love this signing.
I'm not going to get there.
All right.
Not going to get there. Not today.
You're kind of creeping up.
I know, but I'm not going to get there today. Now, if they couple that and they bring in, the defenseman we want, then maybe I'll go there and I'll say, look, it's working in tandem with this. Woo! But I think the quickest way you can get better as a team is if you improve your goaltending. And I think they just did. I think they just improved their goaltending.
Now, you read off his numbers, and they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. But is that because he was on a better team with better defense? When you come here, is it going to be the same? And he's older.
Well, but it's been throughout his career. That's the thing. Like, it's one thing if he just did it last year, right? But this is a guy that throughout his career has been good. And he's been in the league for 11 seasons now. And his goals against is a 2.63 throughout his career. He was better last year than his goals against average in his career. Last year he was 2.5. But the fact that he's played with the Rangers, he played with Edmonton, he played with Philadelphia, he played with Calgary, he's played with Minnesota, he's played with Ottawa, played with LA. It's a lot of traveling for Cam Talbot, now come to Detroit for 2 years. So wherever he's been, his numbers have been consistent. So that's why I'm starting to really like this. They still need to add more to this team. I agree with that. And how much of that is going to be added from Grand Rapids? I mean, we could see 2 players. We could see 4 players. I don't know what we're going to see. But I'm excited about that because you want to see the younger guys graduate and make an impact. And you want to find out if they can make an impact. Now, could it be a step back? Yeah, it could be. But if I'm going to go on record and say if they go out and get a defenseman, okay, the Jacob Trouba name is out there. Let's say they trade for Jacob Trouba, and it doesn't cost them somebody that you're expecting to make an impact on the roster right now. I think it's a playoff team because I think players are getting better. I think you're relying more on some of these younger players that are coming up that I think will be better options long term than what we saw last year from players on the blue line in particular. I think having a full season with Patrick Kane is going to help. And most importantly, it's that goaltending situation being better. Can't help but look at that and say, yep, that's better. I got some more ticket texts here. I'll tell you, I'd rather have Trevor Connolly than the guy we picked. Way more upside and talent than Nygard. That's going back to the NHL draft. And at 19, the Vegas Golden Knights took Trevor Connolly. Obviously, at 15, the Red Wings took Michael Brandsegg-Nygard. I think the problem when you look at prospects when it comes to the NHL draft, when you're looking at European players in particular, if the European players playing in Europe, you don't really get to fully see what they'd be like because their numbers are going to be skewed towards a negative. They're not putting up these crazy numbers. Doesn't mean they're not good players. It just means that they're 17, 18-year-old kids playing in a men's league that may not get the ice time that they would get if they were playing in North America, along with players in their same age group. So it's hard to really kind of gauge that. We'll see. By all accounts, Brandsegg-Nygard is a heck of a player, all-around player. Maybe doesn't put the puck in the net as much as you'd like, but he's all-around solid player, defensively already, advanced. So it's a lot like who they drafted last year, Nate Danielson. Rangers fan here. You guys can have Trouba, but who do you think Stevie would trade? Rangers are offense heavy, just need D, in my opinion. How do you think that trade would look? Gord from Alpena. That's a great question. I don't know. I don't know if they'd force them to take the contract of one of the other defensemen they have right here. Would it be a defenseman they have in the minors? And I could see that taking place. But if it's a situation where the Rangers just want to dump some salary, maybe it's just a draft pick's coming the other way too.